Welcome back to the aisle for episode 53. In this episode, myself, Aaliyah, and Sierra are going to talk what it takes to be a great wedding planner. So this seems like it's just a no-brainer. Like, what does it take to be good at your job? But in all actuality, there's some really specific characteristics that make somebody great at it. You know, a lot of times when we have people coming into the office, like interns and people that think that this is like dream job, it's really crazy because it's a skill set that not everybody has, just like in any profession. You know, like I could never be a financial advisor, you know, that would be weird because looking at a spreadsheet makes me dizzy and like I want to throw up.
Trisha looks at a spreadsheet and is like, somebody take this computer from me.
I'm like, I don't speak this language. It's weird. So we're going to get into all the details on what we think being a great wedding planner is. So before we get into that, let's chat about personal life updates. I will tell you that over this past weekend, my mom came to visit, and this has been a crazy relationship. It's probably something I should do a full podcast on. It's just like moms and their daughters, because it's always like a really interesting kind of dynamic, how the relationship goes. And mine has been a struggle for most of my life. It's a relationship that's on the mend, but this past weekend was quite difficult, and it caused me to do a lot of self-reflecting. And I was pretty proud of myself because a lot of times I just get really pissed off and I just kind of like lash out. And instead of doing that, I just channeled a lot of like personal reflection and learning. And I felt really good about how things were handled. I don't feel great internally. My heart is still a little hurt, but like I feel good that I was able to handle like a mature adult and not like a little tantrum 2-year-old. So that's what's been going on in my life right now.
Which I do want to pause and say I'm very proud of you.
Thank
because
you.
Yes.
That is a very hard thing to do.
To not act like a toddler throwing a tantrum.
Especially with your mother. Like that's like the main time that you want to be like, I just want to be the kid, and you want to throw the fit, but
exactly.
I'm very proud of you for taking the high road.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Tell me what's been going on in your life. Sierra.
Oh boy, what's been going on in my life? Well, I don't even really know. We got Rachel's wedding published.
Yes.
Which is
so
kind of like
first
the main thing in my life.
BTS wedding, you were a lead on.
Yes.
Ended up in Style Me Pretty.
Style Me Pretty.
On the cover of
Style Me Pretty. Yeah, that's kind of like all I'm really thinking about right now, to be quite honest.
That's amazing. I love it.
Outside of that, not much going on in my personal life. I went to Aritzia, spent too much money. I love shopping.
Yeah.
I love dating. I love hanging out with my friends.
Shopping, I love dating.
You know.
Shopping and dating, we love it all.
You're such a girly pop.
I'm
That's
such a girly
good.
pop. I'm for the girls.
Good. Aaliyah, what's going on? Tell me everything.
Sounds
At
amazing.
First, she lost her voice. Aaliyah had a bunch of events back to back, along with personal Halloween parties.
Yeah.
And it came back on Saturday with
No
her voice left on the weekend.
That
She left her voice at Fancy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Fancy took my soul and my voice. Just kidding. I mean, yeah. In summary, that's everything.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
much it.
She's a talkative one today.
We'll have her spare her voice and her words for some juicy details.
I need to do a vocal.
You're doing great.
Do your brr, brr.
There you go.
Ooh.
That didn't leave you.
That was
That's
an ASMR
good.
for you guys.
For our BTS recap, we just completed our first fall wedding locally, which is really strange because usually by this time of the year we've done like 7, maybe 10. But it's a weird season. It's a weird season across every industry. There's been a lot of people I've talked to that are just like, yeah, what is really going on here? Like, this is worse than it was when we were in the shutdown with COVID. Very, very strange, but nonetheless, we're just trucking along and looking forward to our next wedding coming up in Cabo, which we'll be leaving out for very soon. So, yay BTS. That's great. Okay, so let's get into our expert segment where we're going to talk about our advice on what makes a wedding planner great. So let's just kind of start the conversation off. Like, when you think, Sierra, of a great wedding planner, what are some characteristics that kind of come to your mind?
Very detail oriented. I think very organized, very like personable. This is a very personal experience for your clients. So I think that you have to be able to like relate to people very well. You have to be able to read a room, read body language. Like a lot of the times we have to know our clients better than they know themselves in order to successfully execute this day for them. So really just learning how to read people is my biggest one.
Yeah, I think so. Aaliyah, do you think that clients interpret what a great wedding planner is differently than what we interpret that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, my voice is actually so bad, but maybe if I talk a little bit more, it'll get better.
Yeah.
I feel like we have our bar set so high, you know? I feel like we think about literally everything when maybe a client's like more on like the surface level, like how like their wedding looks, but like we literally dive into every single detail. So I feel like we just have a different bar, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like for a client, they just want you to be like, do a pretty wedding, make it successful, know how to communicate, be like good on time management. But there's just so many other things that go into that.
I agree. Logistics. That's a big one for sure. What are some invisible skills that we all attain that people maybe don't know about?
Invisible skills.
We have so many.
I know. I mean, like I said, for me, I really do think it's reading people. Like, I think that we, especially our office, is really, really good at like instantly we can read a vibe, we can read a person, and I don't think you just like can see that right away with us. But yeah, that's probably my biggest invisible skill, I think.
Mine is being a leader. You know, it's something we talk about all the time in the sense like being a wedding planner is essentially driving an entire ship. Like, it's like, you know, when you go to a restaurant and things run really smooth and the manager comes to the table and he's like, how is everything? And you're like, oh my God, it's great. And like, they're doing so much more than really just like saying, how is everything? Like, they're making sure that, you know, the lighting is good, service is good, food is coming out great. Like, they're managing so many different parts. And when something's bad, you're like, oh, the manager was bad. You know, like there's no management here, basically. Like, who's in charge? And it's the same thing for an entire wedding process. So in order to be a successful wedding planner, you have to be a good manager. And by being a manager, you're a good leader. And you're able to kind of really control the situation and the narrative. Like, if we need a favor done, we're good leaders because we're able to kind of like swindle a situation to get a favor done, you know, for our clients. And if you don't have that skill set, then you're probably not that great in this job, you know. But I don't think that anybody really necessarily thinks like I have to be a manager. Like I have to manage just like a person would manage a store or a restaurant.
Yeah. You're also wearing like so many different hats constantly. You have to pivot and be able to literally just like stop what you're doing and do something else and like be okay with that. And I think that that's something that not many people can do.
Yeah.
And be good at it.
That's very true. And you have to be really good left-brained and right-brained. Like, you have to be creative and think outside of the box, and you have to be very controlled and structured at the same time. Do you think that you can be a good wedding planner without being type A?
Okay, I am so happy that you asked this because I saw your story the other day about being type A and then having
versus wound tight.
Yeah. And I actually like want to dive into this because I was like, wait, which one am I? Because I feel like I'm both. And I kind of like want you to also.
I think you're more type A than you are wound tight.
Yeah.
And I think I can be more wound tight than type A. Like, I can see a big, like, creative production and, like details and design. But then sometimes there's things where you'll point out, like, wait, this didn't align with this. And I'm like, oh, crap. Because I'm missing that type A component sometimes. But then, like, I can be very, like, wound tight in a sense where I'm like, wait, no, this is supposed to happen here, here, here. Like, this is what's going on. And it's not that I'm type A, that I had it all figured out. It's that I'm like, holy shit, like, we got to get this figured out. And it happens with a lot of our brides. And I notice that it happens a lot of times with people that are kind of very controlling. They'll say, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm so type A. I'm like, no, you're not. You haven't filled out your guest list.
No, literally, give me
You're not type A.
The type A brides are the ones that have their guest list filled out within a week and have it categorized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do I need to do next? What are my next assignments? Like,
Can I
that's
homework?
a type A person, you know,
Yeah.
that's very different than what a wound type person is. So what do you guys think?
Well, I don't think I'm type A, so I hope that you can be a good wedding planner and
Yeah.
not be type A because I am not. But I do think while we were talking about this, it's really hitting me like this is why I think our trio works so well together is because you are so great with like all the little things that her and I are always gonna forget.
It's
And,
the
like,
type A component
yeah.
that you have. So
yeah, I think the three of us really like fill in each other's little brain parts.
Mhm.
That
You guys, this stuff like keeps me up at night. I'm like, I literally will think about like the randomest, like small little detail, and then it takes over my whole brain.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not very type A. I think I'm like type C. I'm a little bit more type A like in work. My personal life definitely not. I'm
Right,
very
right.
type B. But yeah, I'm not type A. So you just have to stay. It's very hard to stay organized, but I do have to be on top of myself. For that.
Well, here's the thing about being type A and not being type A. Like, when you realize that you don't have that special ingredient that very organized people have, you have to seek out tools and learn how to implement them. And when you do that, then you're on track, you know, because there's tools to help you kind of get through it. So it's just a matter of recognizing, I always forget this. Like, how do I put this into my systems, you know, so that way I don't forget it anymore.
And being self-aware too. Like, okay, I'm not strong at this, so like I need somebody to balance me out who is really good at this, and like knowing like what your weaknesses are.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. Okay, so now I'm going to have you guys ask me some questions because I think a lot of my experience in owning a business has started off with knowing what I know and then hiring people. And I went through a huge patch, which I talk about a lot, very often, is that I didn't know how to develop people. I just thought it was like such common sense, like because it was common sense for me, but I didn't understand like how to look for certain characteristics and certain things that are developable and some things that are just not. So let's go.
I'm so excited for this
Okay,
because
cool.
I'm gonna interview you and you're gonna tell me how much you love me.
Great.
So, with no specific team member in mind,
She's going off script, y'all.
She's like,
remember we're live.
Who's your favorite?
what do you look for in team members?
Okay, so this is something that I learned so much because when BTS started to grow, it would be like any like cutie girl that came into the office. I'm like, hire them. Like, great. It's
Looking
gonna be
for work.
great. Yeah. Oh, boom. BTS, you're hired. Come on in. And then with learning what it takes to be somebody that's running a business and managing a business, there's really certain things that I started to ask for. And one thing in interviews that I always say is, how do you see yourself in 5 years? And the reason why I think that's such an important question is because it allows me to see where your mind goes. Are we thinking about just right now, or are we thinking about what's going to also happen? A lot of people don't have a plan for 5 years, and that doesn't mean that they failed the question. It just means like, I want to see what the mannerisms are in forward thinking, because a lot of times we're reading off of a schedule and we know what's going on, but if this doesn't work exactly like this, what's the forward thinking, you know? So a big thing that I look for is being able to thoroughly think things through, not just check a box. Like, we're not just going like, boop, this is done. No, is it done right for that client, you know? Another thing is leadership, you know, and it's something that we talk a lot about in the office now. Our office is getting smaller and smaller intentionally, and I think it's important for us to all be able to lead within, you know, and have conversations with people that suck to have sometimes, but are so necessary, because I'm not going to always see certain things that happen. So like, if you pick up on them, you're like, hey, let's clock this, let's talk about it, let's go through it, because you're leading in your own aspect, you know, and that's really what I want from each of us individually, is to be able to lead through. And that doesn't mean that one person's in charge of another, this or that, but it means that everybody can actively lead through things. So I think those are big things that I look for.
Yeah. I'm actually really happy that you like kind of brought all of that up, because I feel like something that we talk a lot about is like completing tasks and like not being a box checker.
Yeah.
So like, what do you think the difference between those two is?
So box checking is something that people are programmed to do from the time that they're in elementary school all throughout, later education and just in life in general. It's like, here's the task, boom, task is completed. Whereas wedding planning doesn't do that, because you have a task, get invitations done for this bride. Cool, awesome. You can very easily just copy and paste the same invitations that you've done. They have their invitations, everything is great, but that's not what this industry is all about. We need to figure out what the price points are. We need to figure out timing. How much time do we have for specific invitation designs? Some take weeks to do, some take days to do. We need to figure out personal styles. Like, what works for us doesn't necessarily mean that's what's right for our client. And so it's that deep thinking to where we're not just checking the box that Maria Valdez has her invitations done. We are making sure that Maria Valdez has the best invitation options for her situation. And that requires a little bit further programming and research and work to do in order to get that task done.
Period, Maria Valdez.
We don't have a bride name.
We hope you like your guys.
We
Where
don't
did that name come from?
we don't have a bride
I'm
name.
dead. Okay, how do you recognize when someone's ready to level up in the company?
Okay, so with us, we always start off a lot of times with interns, and then we start off in an assistant position, which I think needs to change, because our assistant position is oftentimes more critical and crucial to keeping our office together than what a lead position is. So once people are kind of going through, I would say they probably need to go through at least 10 weddings assisting before they're able to figure out how to lead an event or a wedding. And these are things that I pay attention to a lot of times when I'm on site with my team. Is just a lot of times I'm kind of quiet into the back and I'm just watching. Like, how are you handling situations? Are you asking me more questions than you're answering questions? Which is fine to do, but that doesn't mean I'm going to throw you into the deep end of the ocean and be like, yeah, she's good, just because you've conquered a bunch of weddings. That's just not how it works. So it's just being able to kind of see how people are responding and acting and troubleshooting on day of. And once there's a time when I can leave and I'm like, they're good, I know things are taken care of, then it's a good time for that person to then be able to evolve into the next steps. So, yeah.
That was a great answer.
Good answer, Steve Harvey. In Family Feud, and they all clap. Good answer.
Yeah.
I love watching Steve Harvey.
Me too.
Okay, and then what are mistakes that planners make that hold them back from greatness?
Just the box checking. It's being a yes man, box checking, and going off script. There's not a lot of training that happens when you're coming on with BTS, because there's so many different types of ethnic weddings that we do. There's so many different types of cultural weddings that we do. There's so many types of people that are just like, I want something so different and so unique that we have to acclimate to. And so there's not just this playbook where everything is here's what you do in this situation. But there is a really specific wedding overview that we do where you have to complete tasks from this area in order to effectively get into the next area. Now, a lot of times we have brides that come in that want to control this, and they're like, I'm going to go meet with my florist. I'm like, whoa, killer, you don't even have your venue locked in. I know, I just want this florist. No, that's not how this works. And a lot of times I'll have a planner that doesn't lead the situation, and they're like, oh, that's what you wanted. And I'm like, but no, because you're screwing things up for the bride, because you're not putting your foot down and saying, there's a reason why we're not going to this florist right now. For one, we don't even have a design developed. We don't even know how many tables. We don't know what size tables. We don't know anything. So if you're going to a florist and they're locking you in before you have all these things down, I personally, and this doesn't go for anyone, so don't come for me, but I personally think that they're scammy. I personally think they're just trying to book a date, and they'll tell you whatever price you want to hear without knowing really what you need. So things that kind of screw people up at BTS is being a yes man, not putting your foot down and leading the ship, and then just box checking. We don't box check. It's the thing that bothers me the most is just well, it's done. Well, it's not about being done. It's about being done efficiently and correctly. That's what needs to happen. So those are characteristics that I would say probably 90% of people have and really carry heavy with them that are just, it just doesn't fit with us. So
It's my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Like,
I hate it.
Box checking?
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah. Well, I think that like weddings just is not an industry where you can just check a box. Like I've said, it's a very personalized experience.
yeah.
So if you're just like moving through, just like checking things off your to-do list just to get them off your to-do list, like I think that very much shows in your client's experience and in their end product.
Yeah.
For sure.
And if it's not good enough, if it's not done well enough where we have to go back and do it,
Then you just screwed up so many
Yeah.
people's stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worth it.
it's not a vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some questions for you, Trista.
Yay, I'm excited.
Okay, what qualities make you trust a planner with top tier clients?
Leadership. Leadership and personability. So there's certain clients that come in that I'll align with certain planners because it makes sense.
Mhm.
It just, I know that they're going to be able to meet their demands and their needs. And top tier clients come with top tier demands, guys. I hope everybody's listening because it's really true. It's like the fancier and more catered to you are in your personal life, the more your expectations are from the people that service you.
Mhm.
So I always tell this story. There's like there's kind of a pivotal time in my life before I really got into luxury. I was doing event planning and wedding planning, but I hadn't really hit that like top tier mark. My best friend at the time had married a professional baseball player. So we grew up together, came up from the regularness of regularness, and her lifestyle drastically changed because she married into millions, whereas I was on, kid 2 and married into regularness. And so there was just things that I experienced differently. And so my second child and her first child, we were pregnant at the same time. And that was when it was very soon after her wedding that this had happened. And I noticed like little things like her bottle cleaner was like way doper than mine. Like it didn't have like good gadgets on it, but like the bristles were softer and like the handle was like easier to grip and like different things where I'm just like, oh,
Attention to
your
detail.
shit's better than mine, like way better. And then like I started to pay attention to like her boxes would arrive and like she'd have a pair of like red bottoms and like the packaging was like, ugh. Like, oh my god, there's a bag in a bag and it's a nice bag and then another nice bag. Like, what the fuck do you do with all these bags? And like the boxes were just like nice. Everything was nice. And then like I had my Steve Maddens coming in and I was like, my Steve Maddens just come like regular. Like, this is crazy. But like I liked that. I liked what I had because I didn't know that there's this whole other thing. And so I started to pay attention to this kind of stuff and notice that rich people and fancy people have different things. And so when they talk and they say, I just want something simple, that's not what they mean. They don't mean they want something simple. They mean they want a motherfucking butler valet service and the top tier caviar there.
That's simple
That's
to them.
simple.
Yeah.
And so it's about understanding those requests on the level that they are. And some people have it and some people don't. The good thing about that is it's easy to learn, but you don't learn it until you've experienced it. And so that's why like top tier clients need to go to people that understand greatness.
Yeah.
Like you ladies.
That was such a good explanation, and I love hearing your stories because you always have a lesson tied to a specific story.
And you have so many stories. You have a story for literally everything.
Bottle cleaners.
The bottle.
Life changing. I was like, this bitch, like, I said, where did you get this bottle cleaner? And she's
Bottle
like,
cleaner started luxury by BTS.
I don't know. Somebody got it for me at my baby shower. I was like, oh, this is different than my bottle cleaner. And she's like, what do you mean? Shit's just different. Like, it's just
better.
Cleans better.
And 3 days later, her friend's bottle cleaner is missing.
What's happening? Never to be seen again.
You better be buying me a dope ass fucking bottle cleaner when I have a baby.
I
I'm
know.
telling you, is there's levels to this shit.
You're getting me everything off my registry. Thank you.
Yeah, we have expectations now around these parts. Okay, that was great. What is one trait that's non-negotiable in the company culture for you?
One trait that is non-negotiable at BTS is the service element. The crazy part about this is that this is very double-sided because there's also one aspect that is non-negotiable for our clients, and that's that they treat us with respect. And so any client that is coming to BTS, I am very protective of my girls. Like all of us that are in the office will leave our blood, sweat, and tears on the table for these clients. And I am happy to do that weekend after weekend, regardless of how many years it takes off of my life. But it needs to be appreciated and it needs to be respected. And I feel like our clients are very much so in the realm of like I'm going to ask difficult questions, but like, I'm going to love the hell out of you for doing this for me. And I appreciate that. And then from our side of it, non-negotiable, like you have to meet those. Like you have to meet them under the condition that they are treating us with respect. And so those are the things that kind of go hand in hand that are just non-negotiable on both sides. Like I don't want anybody in my office that's not going to go above and beyond for a client on their wedding day. Like I don't feel like I'm asking too much. Yeah. It's not like I'm like asking y'all to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for them. It's like their wedding day. So like it has to go above and beyond.
Which would also be an easy task.
Yeah, and you have to do things that are like, you know, might really stress you out, but then it has to be for the people that like love us to death because it's worth it. Like it's so worth it. So those are my non-negotiables.
Yeah. You are very, very good, I will say, about protecting us for sure.
Oh, always.
I feel like people always think like I'm gonna loop Trista in as if they're like telling on us, and I'm like, no, she's on our side.
Yeah,
like,
we already talked about you in our morning meeting.
Literally,
No.
actually, you shouldn't have done that because now she's gonna come for you because you disrespected me.
Yeah,
So
I'm like, you're looping Tristan. She's sitting right next to you. Go
Right.
ahead.
literally, she actually wrote that email, and I softened it up. So,
No, you guys both, I feel like, will get more protective over me than I am
oh,
myself.
for sure.
Like, you guys are both like, what they say to you?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll text them.
Yeah.
But it's because those are standout moments.
Mhm.
We don't have that often. Like people are like, oh, tell us Bridezilla stories. And I'm like,
Yeah.
honestly, we are blessed with great clients.
Yeah.
But then sometimes we get a bad seat in. And when there's a bad seat, I'm just like, hey, whoa, like we'll go to the end of the earth for you. But like, be kind, like for fuck's sake, you know, I don't ask for too much. I don't think like, and I even like a little bit of sass sometimes because I have sass, but like you gotta be respectful.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just things have to be respectful at all times because we'll always treat you with respect. So, and I feel like once that balance is just really like established, there's just, you could conquer the world. Like, you know, like it's perfect. So.
Yeah. I feel like too, like you said, like we put in so many hours, so much blood, sweat, and tears for our clients. We miss family things, we miss friend things. Like we do really sacrifice a lot of our own lives for our clients.
It's a very selfless job.
Very selfless job. And we obviously love doing it, but again, it does require that we have respect from them, because if I'm going to miss the birth of my nephew, you better not be an asshole to me.
Yeah, be kind. Be kind, please, at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Okay, well, those were great.
Okay, guys. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Here we go. I'm going to fire off some questions now, too. So, Sierra, in wedding planning, specifically at BTS, we have high pressure expectations.
Pressure cooker in here.
How does it feel to work in a high pressure environment?
Well, I love it because I'm a sick and twisted individual, and I think you have to be. I think you genuinely really have to like thrive off of the pressure in order to do this, for sure. I think that the way that I get through it is once the wedding is over, it feels so fucking good that you did it.
It does.
Like,
It's
the
so
wedding is
rewarding.
over, everything was perfect, bride and groom are very, very happy, and you're like, ugh, the last 9 months of my life all came down to this day, and they are so happy, and it was so worth it and so rewarding. And then also just like taking beats when you need it. Like last night, I was the last one in the office. Aaliyah called me and she was like, you got to get out of your swamp. You're in your swamp right now. You're in a funk. You got to get out of it.
Yep.
Because you do, like, it just happens. You get in those moments, and relying on the support of the people around you, obviously, and walking outside, taking deep breaths, touching grass. We love to touch grass around here. Truly, just like making time to take a beat, because there's there's never enough time in our day. You
Never.
simply just have to make the time to do something for yourself and to decompress and breathe.
I agree.
Otherwise, you'll just drown.
Because you need that balance. You need that, like, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine. What happens when expectations clash with your clients? How do you handle kind of leading them through a decision that could be potentially catastrophic?
Yeah. So depending on how catastrophic, sometimes I'll just be like, girl, no. Girl, just no.
Mm-hmm.
For example, a cake that was sent to me yesterday, I said, Queen, get a grip. Don't make me call you right now and tell you that. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Luckily, she was joking, but like I will say those things if I have to say those things. I think just once you have a really good relationship with your clients, it's easier to kind of like navigate that clashing and kind of go about that situation in the proper way. Again, I'm never afraid to be like, this is why I don't think that we should do this. I will always give you my reasons. I'm never going to say no without another solution or just no to say no. Pro tip, your wedding planner does not enjoy saying no to you. That is not fun.
Right.
So like, I don't want to say that. And if I am, that's for a reason, and I will make sure I give that reason. And again, depending on the level of catastrophe that will happen out of that, if the client really wants to stick with it and I've given you all the reasons, all right. But if it's like, okay, no, this will actually destroy your wedding, like I'm just telling you that the answer is no and I just need you to listen to me on this.
Yeah.
Luckily, I think that we have really good relationships with our clients where they'll be like, okay, if you're pushing this hard on it, then like
I'm
I
gonna
hear you.
listen to you.
Yeah.
What does support look like to you internally? So we have such a connected team. Like, none of us are just solo in any one of our weddings that we have going on. So like when I do design and when Aaliyah is so synced with you throughout the process, what does that support look like? Like what do you have as far as your expectations for us as a team?
Yeah. I think like on a day-to-day, mainly just like, honestly, just like checking in with each other. Like I feel like we all do pretty well about that of like, hey, are you doing okay? Where are you at? Like, is there anything I can help you with? Most of the time my answer is probably no, because I don't like to ask for help. But like, just even like getting that, I think is really important. And then obviously Aaliyah and I do work. I feel like we just have a very good like system going on to the point where like we don't even really need to ask like, what are you handling? What am I handling? Like we kind of just like know exactly what we're doing.
What's understood doesn't need to be spoken.
Exactly.
Literally.
Exactly.
I say with no voice.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and then I think obviously we are a very small office, and like the space wise, we are also a very small office. So just like being around each other and the little moments where you get to like, I already said this, but like just like giggle, and those like are my really like support moments. Like I feel like I don't even need help. I just want to like for a minute, and then I'm good to go and I can get right back to it.
Okay, but also our office is not small. We have a big office.
You
have your own office. But you choose to sit on the floor.
I just sit in the floor of their office. So I guess it is actually a big office. I just sit in the floor of their office, even though I have my own.
We're not poor.
Sorry to clarify, it is actually a big office. It is actually a huge office space. To me, it is tiny because my office is their 4 walls that I exist in.
Mind you, we just did a whole design hall in Sierra's actual own personal office. She'll use it sometimes. She will. I know.
I'll use it today. I promise.
How long did we take sitting on the couch next to each other, looking for all these things for Sierra's office, and she's still sitting on her floor?
She's like, I'm just gonna be in here today. I'm like,
I said
go for
Tuesdays.
it, love. Yeah, Tuesdays. You got this.
Tuesdays are probably
And I'm sure it'll
honestly.
be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. It's like at my house, like having a 4-bedroom house, and all my kids stay in our room.
You use one of them.
Yeah, use one room in the whole house. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's exactly how we are. You guys can come sit in my office now that I have a couch. We can switch it up.
Yes. Okay, Sierra, I'm going to switch gears to Aaliyah now. Miss Aaliyah, does being a great wedding planner mean sacrificing work-life balance?
Oof. This is such a hard question because I'm still figuring it out. I think, you sacrifice a lot being a great wedding planner, obviously, like Sierra said, you miss a lot of things and, you know, like there's sacrifices that you have to make, but also within reason. Like, I feel like you've had to sit me down a few times and be like, okay, I don't want you to literally kill yourself over this wedding, you know? So I think you have to be able to, like, not have the 9 to 5 mindset and, like, be able to, like, be flexible and work a little extra and, like, go the extra mile, but also, like, within reason, like having boundaries, which I'm
like,
so
you don't need to answer a 5 a.m. text on a Sunday.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who's sending a 5 a.m. text on Sunday?
Right. but then there's times when we're in back-to-back weddings and like you do have to work a little bit later.
Yeah.
But like that shouldn't be the norm. But what I've always realized from people on the team is the people that have their own systems and structures together, and again, doesn't mean you have to be type A because you develop this as it goes. You're not necessarily working 100 hours a week. Like, you know, but then there are times when you're in back-to-back weddings where you are working 100 hours a week, you know? So it's like this give and take kind of thing. Yeah. And one thing that I always try to push is to try to strive for as much balance as you can.
Yeah.
But I think in any demanding career, it's difficult to do. You know, it's not easy, but it's also a matter of having some type of boundaries. Because I always say, like, I need to protect you guys so that you don't burn out because it's a very burnout industry. So it's hard. It's hard.
But like even last week though, like I had 3 social events and then a personal event on the end of the week, and like I was just like, okay, well, you know, we have like a couple more weeks of like being really busy and then we're gonna be done. So I'm just gonna put my head down, grind it out, and then move on. And like didn't complain. I think like just got through it, and you know, so I think just having like that mindset where you're just like, this is what we have to do.
Yeah. Well, and again, there's never going to be a lack of work. So like, you just have to really learn how to like manage your time well and just be like
not everything needs to be done today. Yeah. But like sometimes it does. So it's tricky. Yeah. But like knowing when that is and when that isn't.
Also, like we all love what we do, so it's not like we're like, we have 3 cool ass events this week. That sucks.
Right.
You know?
With like the dopest clients. It's amazing. Yeah. But yeah, no, I understand. Are some people that want to be wedding planners just born with the knack, or do you think that it can be taught to people?
I've always said I feel like it can be taught. I genuinely feel like the most important qualities to have are like the like excitement and like willingness to like learn and do anything possible. You can come in and not know anything, but if you literally just want to be a sponge and soak everything in and are willing to pick things up and just like listen in on phone calls, like I think those are the most important qualities that can make you super successful.
Yeah. I think so too.
We can teach you anything about a wedding. I can't teach you to just like have work ethic.
Yes, it's a work ethic.
That's
like I didn't know too much when I started my internship, and then at the end I had created all of these different like systems and stuff for like wrapping up a wedding, and like I don't know, I feel like it's just like if you want it, you can figure it out.
Yeah, I had no idea about weddings when I first started. I actually started as like a banquet captain, and I literally was so sorry, this is disgusting, but I was like cleaning up puke on my first wedding, and their signature cocktail was an AMF, and I was like, wait, what am I, like, what's going on here? Like, literally, what am I doing? But I just was like, I'm down to do anything. Like, whatever you guys need, I'll make it happen. And then within 4 months, I was the general manager of the venue, so.
Hey!
You know, if you're down to do anything, you're just down to learn. Like, we can teach you everything.
Ew.
Ew. Do you think that new planners get labeled incorrectly, maybe as like lazy or not great, when they're coming into this industry because it's so unique in comparison to other industries?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe I feel like you just have to like make a name for yourself and feel like you have to like you don't just like get like props just when you start. So I feel like you kind of have to like build trust.
I don't think that people get labeled incorrectly. I think that it's very easy to tell.
She said y'all lazy.
Yeah, no, it's very easy to tell. It's like somebody comes in and they'll ask certain questions and I'm like, seen this before, not gonna go well.
Yeah.
And sometimes I give the benefit of all times I give the benefit of the doubt, because I'm like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, and then I'm like, no, I'm not wrong. They're just not meant for this. This isn't easy for them to do.
Yeah, because you don't get to just like pop up and be like, I'm a great wedding planner.
Yeah.
I deserve to be up there. Like you have to.
There's so much that has to be done.
Well, like you said, it is all about building trust, and like with, I mean, every vendor, obviously mainly planners because you work with them so close, but you don't know what your finished product is going to look like until the day of your wedding, and that is very stressful. So like there definitely has to be a lot of trust in the planners and the vendors and everybody. So like that does take a minute to make the name and make yourself, like, you really have to prove yourself.
Yeah, I think so too. It's crucial. Do you think wedding planners get more credit than they deserve in this industry?
No.
I don't think we get enough.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. And I ask that question because there are times when people are like, oh, well, the planner is getting all the praise, but like that wouldn't happen without me. And I'm like, well, calm down here, because we have the full vision of everything. And that doesn't mean that we're more superior by any means, but it means that we are the glue that holds the weddings together.
I have the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Yes.
Right there.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I think that obviously all vendors are very important and they are all a huge piece of the puzzle that we would not be able to do without them, but you're jumping on a photo video call and I have about 12 other calls with all the other vendors and all the other details as well.
Exactly.
You're literally the puppeteer.
Yeah.
Everybody,
the entire program.
Everybody's one single piece and you're literally orchestrating the whole thing, and nobody gives props for that. It actually drives me crazy.
It's always
That's
the
true.
with one job.
That's true. That is true. Okay, so we're gonna play a game. It is called Guess That Price Tag. So I'm going to give you guys some scenarios, and I want you guys to rapid fire out first price that comes to your mind, and then I'll let you know who's closest to like an average. Because
oh my god, okay.
The tricky part in wedding planning is that everything is like dependent on a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's no right or wrong. Okay, so
That's a good thing to know. When people ask for like, well, like what does it cost? I'm like, Queen, you know how many details that's dependent on? Like
range here. Okay, cost of a 10-piece string orchestra for ceremony.
Just for ceremony only?
Just ceremony. 1 hour. So pre-ceremony, well, you have to do an hour, so.
10 piece? Ooh, like 15, 20.
15, 20 what?
$1,000.
I'm like
10 piece? Are we including their backline and their travel?
No, just orchestra. Local.
Oh.
I was gonna say $5,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
For an hour, Queen?
They'd be expensive.
They do.
Y'all look for a 10-piece orchestra lately? Because I did. They'd be expensive.
Okay, let's talk luxury tent rental. One that has a black frame, looks like a glass house. What's the cost? No lighting, no flooring, no draping. Just black frame structure that looks like a glass house.
I went first last time. You have to go first this time.
$80,000.
45.
Last time we priced this, there's a company out of Texas that can come, and their starting was 50. So there we go.
Yeah.
Most likely would get to 80 very quickly.
But yeah, add everything in really need.
Okay, all white floral installation over a dance floor, 16 by 20 feet, including rigging from AB.
Girl, now you're pulling different quotes.
I know.
I'm like, oh god. 16. I don't know why I'm asking. I was going to confirm the measurements as if that was really going to address my answer. Okay, all white floral install.
Mm-hmm.
Including rigging. I don't know. 35.
I was gonna say 4,000.
$4,000?
Like $35?
No, 35,000.
35,000 for a dance floor?
No, for the
floral
installation
Oh.
with ribbon over.
I thought you meant like a dance floor wrap.
No, installation like suspended floral from over.
She thought we were looking at some
Oh,
pretty floral
I
on the
know.
ground.
Oh, I didn't hear floral. I just heard,
Oh wait, dance floor.
oh, 18. What do you think?
So usually rigging is going to be anywhere between 10 to 20,000.
expensive.
Yeah, and then the floral installation could probably be anywhere between 20 to 40, probably.
Yeah.
In
The
total.
one that I
Depending
got
on
from
how extensive.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
irrelevant.
It's around.
Yeah.
I got a cheaper one. Hit
It's
me up.
crazy. Aaliyah's got it for the low.
She got some vendor bets.
Okay, private jet charter for immediate family only to wedding resort.
Well, none of my clients have taken me on one of those yet, so I don't got good.
$60,000.
I think $62,000.
So recently this happened because one of our brides' families missed their flight and had to get down to Cabo. Do you remember? And it was 32,000.
I thought it was 60,000.
Oh really? It was 32 for them to come.
We should have gone back in May.
32. Okay,
That's not that
private-
bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not that bad.
Okay,
I'm
private
just-
fireworks show, 5-minute show.
Oh, well, first of all, 5 minutes is too many minutes.
Way too many.
Don't do that.
It's a long time.
Well, where are we located?
Cabo.
Okay.
We took ourselves
Go
to
ahead and
Mexico.
add on.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
You're
add on
not
your
there.
16% cost.
You're not there mentally with us right now. We're in
We're
Mexico.
already in Cabo, and we're watching
All right, I'll
a
meet you there.
5-minute fireworks show, and it's going strong.
Literally, it's not ending. If you're
5
Cabo, let's go.
minutes. Like 4 or 5K?
Yeah.
4, maybe?
Sometimes a little bit more, depends. I always request silver and gold fireworks only, so that always bumps the price up. So, pro tip.
Silver and gold. Oh, what's happening? What is that? I can't see that far.
It's okay, we're not on live anymore though, whatever it is. They're like, you bitches timed out. You
Like,
can't
we're-
just be
we're
sitting here
so
no
done
more.
listening to you. People are on live for like 24 hours.
I'm able to verify. What the fuck?
Oh, are they saying like that we need to still? Oh,
Oh, hey.
We're back.
Y'all miss us?
you're like Aria bumping my notifications off of the thing.
We're back. bitches.
Okay.
Did you miss us?
Because we missed you.
Okay.
Wait, let me know if
Last
you guys
one.
like my raspy voice, yes or no.
Okay. Last one, top cover band from LA for a wedding in LA, so no travel. Let's say 14-piece band.
45. I'm really sticking with the 45s.
45, 50K.
Probably 50.
Bands are not cheap. Y'all are great. That
Bands are
is
not
wonderful.
cheap.
No, not the good ones. They are not. Okay, so this has been a great topic. There's so much that we've covered in here. Let's wrap up and chat a little bit about what greatness specifically means to you guys. Because it means something different to everybody.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Going above and beyond.
To me, it means making my whole team multi-millionaires. That's what greatness means.
Her, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard it here
Trust.
first.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's just like going above and beyond and like, just like knowing that we can all rely on each other and like knowing that I'm supported. It's like, really important because we spend more time with each other than we do with our loved ones.
Yeah.
Really, if you think about it, and I feel like if you don't have that like love and support, then
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I think definitely love and support. I think just like giving a shit really sets you apart and makes us great. I think that we
Mhm.
genuinely just like really care about our clients and our weddings and the work that we do, and we just really want to be the best. I mean, I was texting you yesterday and Aaliyah was like, I just want you to feel okay, and I was like, I feel great. I just want to be the best.
Yeah,
like
just wanna be
I
great.
just I think we just all really 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 care, and that's what makes us so good is because we're willing to put in all the time and effort to make it beautiful and perfect and amazing.
like we are the best. So
Well, we
Yeah.
are the best,
Yep.
obviously.
It's
It's,
movie. Really good. Okay, so I just want to kind of recap why these conversations are so important, because we do work in such a gray area industry to where what your definition is for a wedding planner could be weirdly varied. Like, I still don't even know how it could, but it definitely could be varied. So, when we're talking about being great and having perfection and going through everything, I think that a lot of times maybe it's just being able to always improve and evolve and kind of like get to that higher level. So regardless of like what, you know, maybe our competitions values are, or maybe what any vendor in this industry has in their mind as far as like how they're great, I think maybe at the end of the day it's really just a matter of like evolving and getting better, you know, like looking at our last wedding and be like, dang, that was good, and then like this one's gonna be even better. You know, you guys think that's kind of like valid?
I think that we're constantly learning and constantly growing. I mean, you've been doing this for what, 15 years. You've always been at BTS itself for 2 years. I feel like we're always like, there's always still something to learn. We're always still learning. I know a lot about weddings, but I'm not ever going to shy away from admitting that like there's a lot that I don't know. That's how I
can't wait to learn more. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for walking down the aisle with us. Join us here every Tuesday as we talk all things weddings. If you want to hear more, tune into Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and subscribe to the aisle. Make sure to give us a 5-star rating and a positive review.